Good day and welcome to the Daily Dose, your daily dose of well-being for the 4th of July, 2018. I'm Heather Peterson Lockhart and I'm the Chieftess. I'm a well-being coach, yo. So, hi, do you hear that fine line of sarcasm rolling through there? I'm keeping my sense of humor today because we all know I'm in the solution. I'm in it to win it. Game on! Let's just say that. So, Chiron, the shamanic wounded healer, the bitch that hits you when you're not even looking, is going retrograde in Aries tonight. I jest. The lessons, the woundings, they come for our divine betterment. We are shown, Chiron is an asteroid, and Chiron lets us know through owies in our heart. This is how I just explained it to a kid. We get owies in our heart about areas where we need to grow. Maybe we don't think we're good enough to do something. Maybe our self-confidence needs a boost. Maybe we engage in patterns that are continuously harmful to us and prohibit us from excelling and moving forward in the way we desire. So Chiron lets us in on those by giving us owies in our heart and owies in our life. And Chiron's going retrograde in Aries tonight. So it's not going to be a fluid flow of those owies that are cycling in and cycling out of life. It's going to be like, all right, pull up a chair. Let's get to business. Now, I got to tell you the truth. When I learned those things, I'm like, huh. I just get, I'm picking my words. I'm wizarding my words. I was going to say, I get nervous, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, I could feel a tinge of concern. I do take comfort in the fact that Chiron is in Aries in my natal chart, but it still is not, it's still not a fun place to be for any of us. And when these kind of things happen in my life, what I notice is it seems to run hand in hand with boundaries. When I'm being shown patterns that I engage in, that I create, that are not for my highest good, it presents in my life in the way of situations and people and dynamics that are out of control, and I just can't believe it, and I've gotta. And all of a sudden, like, it's all around me, and then I'm like, oh, whoa, it's time for boundaries. Boundaries everywhere. And that's what's up right now. And so I'll give you some examples. I came back from being out of town, and the gentlemen's, the crew that cuts my grass, I have this ginormous field of kudzu by the side of my house. And so we cut it back each time just to maintenance it, just so it doesn't grow all over the house in a week. And I asked them to do it, as, per the usual. And when I got back, they told me that they did, and then they didn't. It wasn't done. And then I had a dog sitter, and my dog eats her poop. And we also play in our yard barefoot, so we scoop the poo each time the dog poos. And so when I come home and there's poo in the yard, that is not per the instructions that I gave. So I have to speak up for myself. I have to set some boundaries here. Now, these are little situations, but what's funny is my response to those is, I'd rather just it's over, no harm, no foul. I'd rather just let it all roll, okay? It's not that big a deal. You know what I mean? The kudzu will figure it out. The dog is okay. I've cleaned up the poo. Situation rectified. Let's move on, okay? However, now tonight, the moon's going to cross over this spot where Chiron is going retrograde, and Mercury in Leo is going to oppose Mars retrograde in Aquarius. Now, Mars marches forward and what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. Demonstrates, for lack of a better word, our degree of power. How are we using our personal power? Are we continuing to move forward with forward momentum? Mercury's giving us ideas, asking questions, right? So right now, while Mars is retrograde and these patterns are being presented, the way that I am seeing this is we're being invited to look at how we use our momentum, our personal power, our marching abilities. Do we march over people left and right? Do we conquer and do we dominate? Or do we need sometimes to march up to a situation and we're like, well, it'll just take care of itself. I really just don't want to deal with it. And so I'm being shown that there are some big situations in my life that I really do have to march forward on. And I really, really not wanted to. And yet they are there. And they are not going anywhere. And so by paying attention to the whole sort of general theme of some of these situations presenting in my life, I see that I'm being given little step stools, little steps to practice using my voice, to practice speaking up in a situation where what happened was not per... There's a heron flying across the sky right now. I wish I could show you. That is the most magical thing for me to see. What happened was not in line with what I wanted. And since it's a job that I paid someone to do, I'm going to have to speak to them about it. I'm going to have to talk to them about it. I'm going to have to march forward to the situation, and I'm going to have to create a boundary and act like a grown-up. And so I'm being given these beautiful little turns to practice, right? Now, I could look at that as like, man, it's such a shit show right now. Everybody's doing everything wrong and everything's jacked up, but I have all these situations I have to take care of. This is jacked, man. Why is everything so jacked? But knowing that whatever's in front of my face is an invitation for me to grow and to excel in my highest, I choose to frame this in a way that I'm being invited to set some boundaries. I'm being invited to learn to go to the table like a big girl and have a grown-up conversation, to march forward, to utilize my Mars momentum, to utilize my personal power, and take care of my situations. So, don't get me wrong though, I still don't wanna. And none of it feels good. This is awesome. Card for the day is the universe works fast when I'm having fun. That's key for me today, not to take it too seriously. Thanks for joining me today. I love you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.